My beautiful lions, to save some time, I already shuffled the cards and laid them out. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread that allows me to look at past, present, and future influences for the month. And as always, I'll be teaching the tarot through each card so you not only receive your message, you start to grow your own intuitive relationship with the cards, because that's what this channel is all about, spreading the word of tarot and its betterment for our benefit. And your benefit this month, my lion friends, is to allow yourself to roar in the right direction. Believe in your power, believe in your voice, believe in your identity. You have fought long and hard to get to this place, to be able to give voice to the way that you feel inside in a confident, respectful manner, so that you could do the things the way that you want to do it and live your life the way that you want to live, okay? And including work and love and all those other kinds of things that fall into that agenda. So I don't want you to get scattered or misdirected in any way with stupid stuff, like things that pluck your nerve, or I feel like I have to justify this statement, or I want to engage over here. I just need a silent authority from you right now this month, so that you could gain your inner resources, get your balance back, and move in a new direction, because it's happening everywhere. I know you've been stirring in this way for a while, and you've been wishing and hoping for this to kind of match up that new direction with the new you, who you are, and it's starting to take place this month. So I don't want you to get distracted with just BS, okay? Because I know exactly what I know you know exactly what I'm talking about, where we could get scattered in our thoughts. Like, let's say someone comes along and they say something that plucks your nerve and you're thinking about it all day long. It just wastes time, it wastes creativity, it wastes progress, all those kinds of things. So that's what I'm talking about. And the reason why I'm saying that and stressing that so much, I'm going to fly around a little bit here, okay, my lion friends? In the 6 card placement is the way that what's happening right now. Okay, and we have the 5 of Wands. 5 is good luck in tarot numerology, but in tarot, there's always some sort of conflict or to get over. And here, we need to not get engaged with stupid stuff, right? Things that pluck our nerve, or we feel like we have to have a voice to something, or it doesn't really serve our better good, and we're thinking about it all day long. Just that kind of stuff. It's like pick up sticks of thoughts. In other decks, you'll see it like 5 people holding wands and all coming together. Everyone's have a point of view, everyone has a perspective, everyone wants their voice heard, but all those wands are you and the way that you're interacting with the people around you. And that's been part of this reflection too over the last couple of years. Where do you put your emotional and intellectual and spiritual energy, and where you don't? And it really gets kind of like a real keen eye from you this month, because it's, again, those things that are going to pluck your nerve, and that 5 of Wands, and that's how you get to the good luck, right? Because when things get plucked our nerve and we're thinking about it all day long over the stupidest thing, right? I've had the 5 of Wands. I have been there too many times. It's ego, pride stuff where we're justifying, or someone coming at us and we have to say, no, that's not true. Who cares? Let them go. Let it all go. That's the get to the good luck, because then it like that kind of attitude breeds anxiety, insecurities. We start to undermine ourselves with doubtfulness, and it has no purpose, right? That's the whole good luck. It's like we get rid of all that insecurity, fear, and doubt, because we're not engaging with stupid stuff. And I think part of it too is several cards here. Okay, so let's get to the plucking the nerve stuff, and then we'll get to the really good stuff of how you just move out in that a new direction, because you've already earned it. Because in the 3rd card placement is the way that the top of the matter in the 10 card split, but I like the way that God wants us to help navigate the month. And it's the 6 of Swords. It's a celebratory state in our identity, our voice, our intellect, our intelligence, our strategy, analytical thinking, all have been applied up to the 6 for sure. And you're a little beat, you're tempered down, you're stoic, you've got like an armor up. I often use like a boxer in the ring. It's like you're there standing in the ring, like, who's next? Who's next? Come on. And there's nobody next for you, okay? So that's the whole point. Put your swords down. They're all there in a row. No harm done. You're getting ready to go into, see how those rough seas? That's that emotional drama, that upheaval. And that's really disruptive to a Leo, because you've got that big heart. You don't like chaos. You don't like when emotional flow is not going. But that's been kind of the push for you, so that you can understand yourself, right? That's the whole point. But now see how the smooth seas? That safe, calm emotional flow. We're going into safe harbor. With our heart, with our identity. You've earned it. So let's not waste our time fighting with stuff that doesn't matter. Because in the 1st card placement, and that's just a reflection of that in that 3rd placement, okay? That's literally what the 6 of Swords means. Get the good luck, the celebratory state. And also say this, it's a pause state. So to look back and say, look how far you've come. Like 6 weeks ago, 6 months, 6 years ago, you're not the same lion anymore, right? You've grown in a new direction, and it's that conflict, that kind of that's made you understand who you are and where you want to put that big heart, and again, that emotional and spiritual flow. And it's transformed into this beautiful gal. In the first card placement, the significator, the general gist of the overall reading is the Queen of Wands. That's a reflection of you. See that beautiful lioness there? You're the lioness. You need to allow yourself to roar in the right direction. Again, let's not get into the petty stuff, but our roar is about creative energy, materialized, helping and being a mentor to others, being of service in the area of the creative, right? Imagination, inspiration takes hold. An idea becomes a material reality under the Queen. She's in the royal suit. She's giving, she's loving, she's compassionate. She's advertising, promotion, and marketing and PR. So anywhere that you want to add that kind of aspect, not only just to your ideas, but to yourself. You've got that extra glow about you. She's like a warm fire on a cold day. Everyone gravitates to the Queen, and it's not because of the way we look. It's that inner confidence that you've earned. You don't get to that royal state unless you've earned it. That glows out like that warm fire, and that's you. Okay, so that's really, I want the theme this September is just to allow that inner glow to flow out and believe in your power, because I think you've just had your world rocked in a lot of ways, and it hasn't been an easy thing. It's been going on in a lot of ways, like the earth shaking, losing your footing in a lot of different directions, but it's again all meant to get you to a new person, a new you, so you could start to apply that in that new direction. And the reason why I'm saying that is that second card placement is the crossing card, so it's not allowing the Queen to fully manifest, right? And it's the Tower. It's a major arcana card. It's a big deal. Major arcana cards are life lessons when we encounter them. And the Tower is a past reflection to me when it appears. And especially in the crossing card, it means that you're still lingering in that rubble. And it's tough because it's the things that we build up around us, whether it's traditions, old habits, or just safety and not wanting to be vulnerable. Like we've gotten ourselves in stagnant ruts at certain places, and those even feel comfortable after a while. But God says, nope, I got to come along and build you a new kind of structure so that you're not hiding behind things, that you're getting that lioness out into the real world. And it's chaotic, it's upheaval, you lose your ground for a while, it's really scary. Things are being put by the wayside and outright destroyed in some areas, right? But that's the thing about the Tower. It needs to go because it needs to happen, because it's your betterment, right? Out of that rubble, you get a new direction. And the Queen has emerged out of those tough lessons too. So remember that as well. You don't get to the Queen with the easy stuff. It's going to be the real tough stuff that makes you royal and regal in the area of the wands and the creative, right? So don't let any past reflections of losing your footing anywhere, or let's say you had business failures and you don't want to try something new, or you've had disappointments in love even. That would be especially for a Leo, or putting yourself in friendship. Like, don't go there, okay? Because it wasn't suiting you. Those people were meant for you to understand who you are, where your values, your character, where your heart really truly is. And now God has you understanding that. Now you can get the right people in situations because you're equipped to do so. You could kind of like the seed of the wheat, right? I got to get rid of the chaff on the outside to get to the goodies on the inside. And I had to get rid of the outside baloniness of your life so that you could get to the core of who you are. So like a new sprout, you're the seed, you get planted in that rich earth, that out of the Tower, that destruction, right? That rubble, you're sprouting like a new beautiful wildflower, okay? And you really know this is happening because you want it to. Okay, you want this new direction. You want it to be based on equalness and respect. All right. And the fourth card placement just really validates that. And I'll also say this in that 3, because the 6 of Swords, you've earned it. So have no doubts here, anywhere, shape, or form, because that's a reflection of the 6. You're on that journey of the minor arcana suit of the swords, and you've done it, baby. So that's a really good pat yourself on the back here. And that's probably why we see in the fourth card, the gut feeling. I like to say the base of the matter in the 10-card spread is the 6 of Pentacles, a celebratory state in the material world. Money is abundance, the gift of money here. And remember, to me, the lion is one of the gold coin rulers to me, because it's just, you have that earthly kind of aspect of you, even though you're not an earth sign. But here it's a reflection of the give and take. All right. So if anywhere that it's not, like if let's say you're giving out money, but it's not being received, or even emotional energy of your heart, because that's a value to a Leo as well. That's like currency, and it's like its own gold, right? And that's the Six of Pentacles. Just make sure those scales are balanced because it's sitting in your gut. And also, too, I'll say this, if you're looking to get extra money or do extra things like a promotion or put your new self out there in new ways of a product set, especially with the Queen and the Six, would be a great reflection to start to explore those areas. Don't be afraid of past stuff that might have shook your world. Again, that got rid of the chafe. It wasn't for your betterment, and you're the seed. And oh my God, so this is so beautiful. Oh wow. So in the Knight of Pentacles, literally to me in the fifth card placement is what's leaving your life right now is literally of the planting of the seeds of yesterday. And the Knight comes along and say, hey, Leo, hop along. Let's go see how those seeds are sprouting for our tomorrow harvest. So you know all this potential is here. And it's so cool right here too, because it's sitting in the seventh card placement next to it is the way that we're feeling about ourselves. And it's the major arcana card, the Sun. And literally when we're talking about seeds and sprouting our ideas or ourselves, everyone needs a good dose of the Sun, right? A major arcana. So we have to have that encounter. It's happening right now, and it's your ruler as well. So you kind of get extra favor and stardust as well as sunlight in this kind of reflection of the month. It's really beautiful. The Sun is really special too when we're talking about planting our ideas for yesterday to harvest tomorrow. And that Knight is such a reflection that you notice he's got that gold coin. You know you can turn something into the material reality. It's that specialness of Leo. You've got all those combination, that skill set to make that happen. And the Sun, again, happens to me as a major arcana card after we've been through a dark time, like that time of reflection, insight, learning stuff. It's never the easy stuff that gets us to that insight, to that light, but you've earned the props out of that kind of pat on the back from God in the universe saying, let's step in the sunlight again. It's that sunlight of divine order on you. It's anything. It's like even when we're selling ourselves or our idea, everything gravitates to the sun, right? Everyone likes to be in it. And also too, because the Queen is here, you've learned in that rich landscape behind her, you're not anything but the exalted state of the sun. You're not going to burn people or cut them down or be ungrateful or unconsiderate or compassionate, not compassionate, or so all those kinds of things that fall in the non-exalted state of the sun. You've reached that plateau. It's a reflection of you. But to the ancient tarot, it took it even a step further. It opened up your head and your heart to kind of allow fresh air to get in there. That laser beam of light of sun to zap out on those insecurities, fears, and anxieties that have built up like spider webs and dust out of the tower, right? Out of the tower's tough lessons, we get the sun. So I know you know this is a new reflection in a new direction. It's like lighting your path in a new way. So believe this, because believe in your own power. All right, Leo, that's the whole thing. That's literally why that sun is there. You know it internally. So harness that energy and don't get caught up in the BS, because that's the 6-card reflection of what's happening now. That's literally the 5 of Wands. We're getting all scattery. My thoughts are everywhere on the stupidest stuff instead of where it needs to be on the creative and progressively moving me forward. And because it's that 6 of Swords, I'm engaging in stuff that's still plucking my nerve, and I don't need to. Again, silence is its own authority, and walking away, it's its own thing. So you don't have to carry it. Because the minute we start to engage in that angry or prideful or ego way, the whole day is gone. All right. So let's not let that happen, because the sun will take care of that. It will also unveil truths and honesties. So if you feel like you've been fighting for that kind of identity, just leave it in God's hands, because that's a reflection of the sun there. And you know that as well. You know you need to be moving away from this stuff. And I think that's what the whole reading was about for you for September. And what's so cool here, it's like this internal narrative and dialogue that's going on in that other people don't realize it. They see you as a real, like, not to be messed with. Okay, we have that 8th card reflection. That's that position there of how other people view us. The Page of Wands is the upsurge of energy, the potential, the opportunity, in the area of the swords, our thoughts, our intellect, our identity, the voice to that, how to communicate that. You've learned how to do that in a really respectful and purposeful way. So again, let's not get scattery and go backwards. People don't look at you as someone with that sword of intelligence, someone that rises above like that conflict below. That's a reflection, because we've learned some stuff, and now God's giving us a new turn on the wheel to apply that intellect in a new direction for ourselves. Not to be cutting. Even if we have a hard truth, we could deliver it with a soft tongue and a kind perspective, right? That's a reflection of the queen as well. She'll harness the energy of the page to use it to get people excited for our ideas, excited for our direction of where we're taking our life, and give us support. So that's a reflection of who you are. That's how other people look at you. So use that in the best of ways for your purpose. Okay, there, Leo. And 9 is so cool too. It's our hopes and fears. And this is where we're getting the change, because we're getting the same reflection here in the 10th card of the outcome card. It's the 8 of Pentacles and the 9 of Hopes and Fears, and the 8 of Cups in the 10 of the outcome card. And 8s represent a refresh, rejuvenation, a restart, a new direction, right? But we get that energy, enthusiasm, excitement, that igniting of the heart and the spirit and the intellect again here in this reading, which I guarantee has been lacking for so long. You've been having to muddle through. That's part of these cards, of learning who you are, right? And how to give voice to that and living your life in authentic ways, right? That's the whole purpose of the Swords journey. And you've done that. And now God is saying, wherever you want to bring a refresh in the area of the material, home, family, relationship, work, our bodies, our way that we are in society, it's all here. A lot of times, a lot of people just stick it to work and health, and that's cool too, because we've got a lot of coins here. It means that you have the skill set to make abundance anywhere in your life, okay? So I don't want you to be fearful, especially if past things didn't work out. It wasn't for the way that you were meant to be. It's meant for you to be in a new direction. Just trust me on this. I can't tell you how many times I've had the tower a few times, and it's a doozy, but it gets us to a new place and so much better. And that's reflected here. The card saying you're ready for this. That's that 8 of Pentacles and the material. And the 8 of Cups is taking a new direction in the area of love and heart. So wherever you're feeling stagnant, if your relationship is feeling stagnant, or a partnership, whatever, friendships that need a new juice of energy and emotional flow, the 8 of Cups gives it to you. It gives you kind of like a back wind to move you forward, and gives you that encouragement and support from God and the universe. And see here, we're coming out of that dark time. I don't know exactly where I'm going. That's the thing about the 8s. But we've learned that hope and faith brings its own direction, right? And that's kind of God's reward. And that's why the sun is here. It's going to light its way for you, all right? So no being scared anywhere. Wherever the people and situations no longer serve you, wherever that runs to like kind of the gamut for you this month, you have to really take a serious reflection of what stays and what goes. And you can't be fearful to put the lioness out there, all right? Because what's stirring in you is accomplishment, wanting to move things in that new way. You know you've got the chops to do it. And we get validation of that in the bonus card here, the Major Arcana card, the Chariot. Again, another life lesson. It's about harnessing all that kind of creative energy and putting it in a good, positive direction, right? Believing on ourselves that we can build upon. That's the thing about the 8 too. We have some journey about us. We're getting to the end of the 10 of the minor arcana suit, so we need that refresh at this point, right, in this way. And that's the reflection here in the Chariot. It's also another way of using intellect with intuition. That's the white horse, is that intellect, that material world, and the black horse represents that mystery, intuition, the spiritual connection, right? I'm harnessing both in equality. I'm not going to be pulled in one direction or another direction, you know what I mean, to take me off track. And it's, again, no coincidence, sitting under the 5 of Wands, where it could be so distracting over the stupidest stuff. Again, I'm going to have you have a reflection. Just go through your day and saying, oh my God, is that thought worthwhile? Or is that conversation something I need to put myself into or have a rebuttal to, right? That's the 5 of Wands. Just look at that. You'll be really surprised in one day. I have to say, it took my breath away when I did it. So the Chariot is the know-how, the wherewithal to make everything happen. So again, also too, if you feel like you're being pulled in different directions, get balanced, my friends. Get balanced and believe in the queen, believe in your power. In older decks, you won't even see the chariot rider holding onto the reins, because I have so much mental thought capacity, mental agility, intelligence, fairness, truthfulness, honesty. That's the journey of the sword. You've learned that about your character and your values and who you want your life and who you don't. And that is paramount for a Leo, okay? So trust this. This is driving your new direction. The queen's at the realm. She's the helm rather. She's ready to take off in a new way. So again, this is such a great reading. It's such a great month. But it's all based on, what do you want, Leo? Are you going to minutia in the mud, or are we going to reach for the stars? Okay, so let's go get them, kiddies. All right, and thank you so much for watching. I can't tell you, everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you that have subscribed, my lion friends, I just have to say I appreciate it so much. We're trying to grow the channel. So if you haven't subscribed and you like this content, if you would consider doing so, because we're trying to reach other people about the word of tarot, because it's just such a cool thing. All right, so thanks, you guys. Go get them.